Mitsumi sits on the floor, fidgeting. She apologizes for coming over again. Suda tells her it is fine and suggests they play some games. 8 years later, Mitsumi is lying on Suda's bed. She snacks on chips and drinks cola. When he returns, she casually greets him. Suda looks at her and wonders what happened to the shy girl she used to be. He points out that her skirt is too short and mentions that he can see her underwear. He also tells her not to eat snacks on the bed and not to drink cola there. She responds with a small pout. He snatches the snacks away from her. She complains that he is acting like her mom. He warns that he will smack her. Mitsumi blushes. She quietly admits that she does not wear her skirt that short in front of anyone but him. She mutters it under her breath. Suda looks confused. She calls him a dense idiot. He asks if she said something. At school, a classmate asks Yayoi if she wants to go to karaoke with him after class. Yayoi immediately hides behind Suda's arm. She looks flustered and panicked. Suda reacts in surprise. The classmate explains that a group of them are going to karaoke after school and asks what they think. Yayoi struggles to answer. She hesitates, stumbling over her words. Then, at school, Yayoi suddenly runs off, blurting out that she is tone deaf. Later that night, Suda returns home. She is lying upside down on the bed, lazily playing a handheld game. A cola bottle rests beside her. She excitedly calls out to Suda and asks him to play a game with her. The narration explains that the difference between how she acts at school and at home is extreme. Suda tells her that when she suddenly ran off, it made things difficult because he had to cover for her. Yayoi apologizes. Suda says she needs to work on being less shy around other people. She replies that she has Suda, so it is fine. He declares that he will smack her. She looks reluctant. Suda then asks what she would do in the future if he is not around. She pauses. She softly says, well, Yayoi blushes and says that if that is the case, he should just stay by her side forever. She immediately panics and insists she did not mean it like that, and he quickly adds that he will stay with her. Suda smirks and tells her that she cannot do anything without him. She becomes flustered and tells him to shut up. He continues teasing her. The next morning, Suda runs down the street with Yayoi on his back. He tells her wake up, or they will be late for school. She remains half asleep, clinging tightly to him. She mumbles that she cannot watch that much anime like that. He asks what kind of dream she's having. Still running, he tells her they need to make it on time. They arrive at school out of breath. Suda pants heavily. Yayoi stands there looking sleepy. He says they should head back to their seats. Seeing them, a classmate comments that he is as overprotective as ever. He replies that if he leaves her alone, she will just sleep at home all day. Suda glances at Yayoi. She continues to look dazed. He comments that her bedhead is a mess. He looks at her and thinks, this girl. Yayoi sits still with her eyes closed. He quickly sprays her hair, leaving their classmates confused. Then he carefully combs it down. After that, he braids it neatly. When he finishes, Suda looks pleased with the result. Another boy watches quietly. Yayoi remains calm and expressionless. Suda says he should head back to his seat. Yayoi grabs his sleeve and calls his name. Half asleep, she asks where he is going and whether they're not sleeping together. He freezes in shock. He tells Yayoi that this is the classroom and asks how long she plans to stay half asleep. She looks confused. A classmate teases him, asking if they are really like that, and Suda quickly denies it. After a while, Yayoi stands in front of the mirror in the girls' bathroom. She smiles brightly and asks if her hair looks cuter. Later, Yayoi sits with a game controller in her hands. Blushing slightly, she firmly declares that she is absolutely not going home today. A result screen appears, showing that he has won 24 times in a row. Suda tells her she is really bad at the game. Yayoi insists she is not going home until she wins. Suda grins and says that at this rate, they will be playing until morning. She reacts quietly, blushing as she covers her mouth near the controller and murmurs that it is not so bad. Yayoi declares she will not lose the next round. Suda responds casually. Time passes as they continue playing. Eventually, Suda tells her to just go home already. Yayoi grows frustrated, saying she cannot win and begging for one more try. Yayoi confidently declares that she will be making lunch today. She holds a spatula in one hand and a bowl of eggs in the other. Suda looks at her with a worried expression. She asks him why he is looking at her like that. He reacts in confusion. Suda tells her she is bad at cooking. She insists that she has secretly been practicing making omuris lately. He asks since when. She explains that he always takes care of her, so today she wants to repay him. He comments that it sounds like a pretty intense form of repayment. Later, she stands in the kitchen, softly humming to herself while cooking. Suda watches from the side, wondering if she is really going to be okay. Suddenly, loud crashing sounds echo from the kitchen. Suda reacts in alarm. More noises follow. He freezes. In the kitchen, Yayoi stands in the middle of a mess. Eggs are cracked and spilled everywhere. Her eyes are teary as she calls out Suda's name. He tells her she is clumsy to an artistic degree. Suda sighs and lifts the bowl above Yayoi's head. Then he steps behind her and gently guides her hands as she holds the chopsticks over the bowl. He tells her that if they do it this way, even she will not mess it up. Yayoi stiffens and blushes deeply. Suda senses something is wrong and calls her name. Flustered, Yayoi thinks to herself that at this point, it feels more like a reward for her. In the end, Suda ends up making most of the food. Yayoi happily eats and says it is delicious, just as expected of Suda.